Alright, this is gonna be a different kind of video for me. Figured I'd talk about something that I've had to deal with for the last few years that made my life harder. For sure, made my life more difficult. But I want to talk about panic attacks. Um, the first time I had a panic attack, I was on the freeway with my sister, and I had no idea what was going on. I could not breathe. My heart, excuse me, was pounding out of my chest. I felt my heart beat in every part of my body, from my ears, my neck, my hands, my chest, my feet. My hands were tingling, all these crazy sensations. Felt like I had a 50-pound weight on my chest, felt constricted, felt like I'd smoked a carton of cigarettes, and I was dying from it. And you swear to yourself when you're having a panic attack that you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. But, you know, you have racing thoughts, you think you can't breathe, and it's so hard to calm yourself down, and sometimes they last from anywhere from like a minute, 2 minutes to like 2, 3 hours. I've had panic attacks last 3 hours, and then anxiety attacks, and just freaking out, sweating, hands shaking, my hands tingling, like feel like they're both asleep, like freaking out, not knowing what to do. I've had panic attacks over the dumbest stuff. I've had panic attacks over not going to the bathroom. I've had panic attacks over, not being able to breathe, of course, because I do have asthma, and I did smoke, so that didn't help. I've had panic attacks about stubbing my toe and just domino effect. Just freaked out over it. But, what I do when I'm having a panic attack is, first, I focus on my breathing, and that's normally what causes the panic attack, and, first thing I do is, breathe through my nose and out my mouth. And I know that sounds like a cliche, but it does calm yourself down. Try to make your breaths a little bit longer than normal, like, you know, a good, a good long breath, and keep them going at that pace. It slows your heart rate down, and that always helps. And don't sit there and grab your chest and focus on your heart, because when you're panicking, your body's natural reaction is to beat really fast and get blood through the body, and help your brain figure out what's going on when you're panicking about nothing. So don't be grabbing your chest. What I do is, I take long breaths. Maybe put your hands above your head. Try to get as much air as you possibly can. Racing thoughts. It's hard to say try not to think about anything, because that's what panic attack is. It's freaking out about absolutely nothing. What I do is I usually try to find some reading material, something, maybe a funny video, something that won't make me panic. What I do most of the time is I go on Wikipedia and I click on something that I've read about before, like the electric complex, where girls develop jealousy of their mothers when they're growing up for their dad. It's interesting. I read about things like that, philosophy, diseases, stuff like that. Serotonin levels, especially because I have a serotonin deficiency, which causes panic attacks and causes depersonalization, which is basically being out of it all the time. Like, I was on weed, and it bothers me, and that causes panic attacks too for me. But I try to read. I try to find something funny. I try to find something I know won't bother me, won't freak me out. And I just read, try to calm myself down, focus, and the one thing you gotta remember to do is remind yourself you're not gonna die. You're not in a situation where you're gonna die. If you're on the freeway, or if you're in some other odd predicament where you feel panicky because of it, just remind yourself that you're safe. Remind yourself of statistics like, 1 out of a million people die in a car accident. Just something to help you calm yourself down. And I don't really have any more tips about calming yourself down. You just gotta take long breaths, find something to focus on besides your racing thoughts, because we all have them when we're having panic attacks, and you know, stay away from caffeine and other stimulants. Like, don't drink caffeine when you're a panicky person, when you have panic attacks frequently. Try not to smoke cigarettes, and if you do, smoke less, and try to quit altogether, because it does completely affect your health. That's why I'm wheezing and I'm not doing anything. That's why I quit. But stay away from stimulants like caffeine, which is every pop. Iced tea has caffeine in it. Don't be fooled. Monster energy drinks especially, that is the biggest problem. Chocolate, really high sugary foods, iced tea, coffee, tea, regular tea. Stay away from caffeine. Stay away from weed. Stay away from weed, of course. It's a disgusting habit, and it'll cause you panic attacks a lot. Stay away from caffeine. Stay away from cigarettes, which are a stimulant. Just stay away from anything that you know is a stimulant. And if you feel panicky, or even if you don't feel panicky but you feel your heart racing and you feel short of breath, go read. Go calm yourself down immediately before the panic attack does start, because much rather, sit down and waste a couple minutes of your life than waste hours freaking out about absolutely nothing. But good luck with it. I'm starting to beat it. I haven't had a I went from having a panic attack 3-4 times a day to, now I have a panic attack maybe once every couple months. So, just remind yourself that you're not gonna die. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Everything's okay. And take deep breaths. Slow your heart rate down. Slow your breathing rate down. Read something to get your mind off it, or watch something to get your mind off it, and avoid stimulants. That's all I have. Thanks.